Who's good, potatoes? Spin the leak here, and it's time to talk about, well, another movie review. It's been a while since I updated anything at all. I'm holding the knife because I am not too happy about this. Typically, this would be something that I stab or shoot or set on fire, but not really gonna be doing that this time around. We're here to talk about a B movie called. Let me peek over here real quick. Death House. It is a 2017 B movie, roughly an hour and a half long. The cast appears to be Cody Lago, Courtney Palm. I don't know that name. And it's directed by Harrison Smith. Winston, I hear you. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about some of the details of the movie, some of the plot, and like some of the things you can expect if you want to go ahead and check out and watch it. The basic plot, trying to not include spoilers. The basic plot is there are two agents that have earned the right or honor to go ahead and become part of this in-depth death house facility where murderers and psychopaths are held, put through simulations, brainwashed, constantly chemically drugged, in the hopes that they can kind of switch their entire personality and make them somewhat moral. There's also the option to go ahead and show up with a bunch of money and shoot a motherfucker. Off to a great start. Just gonna take a second. So quite naturally, with facilities like this, all hell eventually breaks loose. I'm not sure about the cut that just happened there, but it is what it is. I don't fuck around with any editing software. I really don't have the time, which is also why I've been uploading. Fuck it, back on point. Eventually, all hell breaks loose, and EMP goes off in the center of the facility, completely knocking out the power supply, unlocking the cells, all the backups and plan Bs and Cs and Ds and Es and Fs and fuck alls don't work. So naturally, the couple hundreds, couple thousands of psychopaths get to run amok, murdering, raping everyone that they see, including each other, and just having a nice old prison brawl. The movie then proceeds to characters, convicts, and the Asians alike running up to the top floor, down to the bottom floor, and then back up to the top floor. As if it wasn't enough, the movie really doesn't seem to know what it wants to be. Does it want to be a psychological thriller? Does it want to be a paranormal movie without any ghosts? Is it an action movie with just like a little bit of excessive gore? The entire thing is a gore movie focusing on shock value, wrapped in a nice little CG cover. As if to emphasize my point a little bit further, the soundtrack of this movie switched between two main things. That is standard heavy metal and your typical 80s horror movie synth, which it was kind of nice hearing it. And just to try to get a little bit more attention from any potential viewer, they try to get kind of side characters from noted horror movies, people that we all know and love, but never really take enough time to analyze. I can't really pull up the names of most of these people, but they're your standard guys that would appear in let's see, Final Destination, anything made by Rob Zombie, anything made by Quentin Tarantino, yada yada yada. So yeah, guys that typically appear for 5 to 10 minutes of a movie anyway, pop in and say hello. I really gotta say this. I'm not a big fan of the movie, and whenever I rate a movie, I set aside almost all the facets of it. I don't focus strictly on cinematography while I do talk about it. I don't focus strictly on acting while I do talk about it. I set all those aside. My main focus when rating these films is, did I enjoy it? Did the movie do what it's supposed to? Any form of art in all of its mediums is meant to do three things: educate, entertain, and just entrance. That's it. Can it do any of those three things? For me, well, I mean, I had fun watching it. Even though it was a steaming pile of crap, it was still a fun little gore fest. I like watching blood get strewn all over the walls. I like weird, homeless, skinless aliens eating dead babies out of a giant severed leg for some fucking reason. That's in this movie. I I don't know what they were going for with that, but it was there. Jesus. One of the scenes did make me think about something. One of the characters is shot while hanging from a dead body in some sort of mass cooler where they would supposedly release chemicals to completely evaporate the body. Yeah, no, she gets shot, she falls to her death, she dies on the floor. Two agents go ahead, check her out. One of the guys takes off his coat and just throws it over the dead body. My first thought about that, I I couldn't help but wonder why human beings cover up their dead with with cloth before burial? Is it supposed to be a sign of respect? Because if it is, it seems very disrespectful. Just one of those deals of, hey, fuck it, let's cover this up. I don't want to look at it. If someone put a paper bag over my head, I'd feel pretty fucking insulted, but I guess they can't be insulted since they're dead. Just one of those things of, they don't have to deal with it, you do, so kind of fuck them anyway. That's a real dark side note. But no, this movie carries a lot of synonymous stereotypes with multiple forms of entertainment. You have the amnesiac protagonist, you have the generic gore, bad guy dialogue, yada yada yada. This movie really seemed like a cry for attention, and it fell short. The cinematography, there wasn't much to be desired. The plot layout was subpar, and there was this really weak twist. Whenever the first thing you're introduced to is an item called the Milk of Amnesia, and then you find out that your protagonists are amnesiacs, it's pretty simple. You can do the math. There's only 3 potential possibilities, and I guarantee at least 2 of them are going to be proven. Every single thing that the movie presents, any important plot point, it immediately destroys and disregards, or completely answers within a couple of seconds, not really giving you time to wonder. As far as rewatchability, I'm not looking at this thing again. It's not going to happen. But as far as entertainment value, I do have to give it a solid. I'll let it walk away with 2.5 potatoes. Have you seen this film? I certainly hope not. Okay, that's mean. I try not to down anyone's creative property. I know that they work hard on it. I got a little bit of a connection there. I do the same thing, or at least I've dabbled in a lot of different things. I don't like putting down anyone's intellectual property or anyone's, kind of creative stance. But I gotta say, I was not a big fan of this movie. I think 2.5 potatoes is pretty lenient. Have you seen it? What are your thoughts on it? Post in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Keep on keeping on. It may not all be there, but then again, it's been months since my last movie review. It's been weeks since my last video. I think all the ones I uploaded were kind of... You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to let you guys go there. Like, comment, subscribe. Keep on keeping on.